people of the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma Toys here, and it's another collection video. So yes, so due to the recent pickups from the NEC, I've got a few more figures for this line. So yes, it is the the animated series of Swamp Thing that was around 1991. It was based on the old movie that we saw of, obviously, Swamp Thing. It only ran for a small amount of time, had one set of figures, I believe. I think there's like 12 figures in total. I've got about half, missing some accessories. But we're going to get to it. We're going to turn the camera around and put them on a rotating table, and so you get to see all the figures and that I have in my collection for this line. This is a line I worked to complete on, so obviously there may be a video coming in the future where I get them all, but we shall see. As we get into Swamp Thing, we will go into my very first Swamp Thing figure. So this was a figure I picked up at a little charity shop. It was only £4, or it was a kind of a toy place. So yeah, so it kind of has some hollow sections, which is quite cool. Obviously movable legs and arms, and I shall put him on the rotator, and then let's move him up a little bit. So these figures are quite small in stature, except for so there he is in all of his glory of I think there was 4 different types of Swamp Thing figures with different powers. Obviously this is a very kind of old, doesn't have any accessories or anything, but to come across him, and I quite like how hollowed out he is. So that is my first Swamp Thing figure. The second one is obviously the usual green looking figures. He does have a little feature where his hand can go out, and I think if you is it his hands? Okay, it does retract. I can't remember how it does. Let's see if we can. Is it the legs? There you go. So he pulls out, and then you pull his legs, and it pulls back, and which is quite a funky feature. Obviously I do like the green, very simplistic painting, obviously, and let's stick him. There he is, all in. Why do my figures always want to fall over when I'm doing these videos, hey? I don't know. Let's put his hand out. Let's counterbalance him with some. Right. Here we go. Third time is a charm. But there he is in all his glory. So obviously he does have a few little bits of paint missing and stuff that have come off over time. Because he's a mixture of greens, you don't really notice it that well. Obviously let's see, there you bring it in. So that is all the good guys I have for the Swamp Thing series. Then we go to the main guy. So this is Dr. Anton Archer. Yeah, Arcane, sorry, not Archer. So he does have a kind of evil head that goes on top of him. Unfortunately, I do not have that part or his weapon. So as you will see in future ones, you kind of get a standard figure that has some articulation, a head for the bad guys, and then they come with one little weapon. Obviously, I don't have the head or the weapon for Arcane, so it's just as he is there. Next, we have Dr. Demo. So this is him. As you can see, they take on elements or kind of get spliced or something with animals. So you can see it's snake. You can see from his eyes and his fangs and the scales over his body. So this is the one figure that I had. I don't have his weapon. So this is around him. Really good paint condition. I believe I bought him off eBay, which was quite nice. And let's do his 360. So as I was saying earlier, each of them come with a little helmet. So obviously Snake is the creature that he comes with. So we shall see if I probably can't put it on. So he has a snake helmet, which kind of means that as you get the figure here, I sometimes have to turn the head to the side because they don't always sit flush in. But unfortunately, let's get him to stand, and we'll move the camera again a little bit up just to show. Obviously they can be quite tall, these figures. So there he is in all his snake glory, Dr. Demo. Then obviously from the NEC I had 2 toy pickups. So first we have the mutant assistant kind of weed kid he's called. So he's kind of like a pest man, or kind of essentially he's got the coat and the little helmet and stuff. He does come with his weapon, so obviously let's plonk that in his hands there. Let's try and do it in a way where you can't see that big gaping hole, because we don't want to see. And then there he is. So you see he kind of looks like a normal run-of-the-day villain. Obviously does have a few paint marks on him, but again, I don't, this isn't a figure I really come across or even come across in full. So there. And he kind of has this kind of leech creature that he mutates into with all the little hands. Again, this was complete and what I got. So you see the shoulder there. So again, I'll turn. Oh, let's see if I can. The head's a little stiff, so let's plonk it on there and put his gas thing in there. So it's really quite cool. So given the little masks, you kind of have 2 ways to display him. Whether this will make him top heavy or not, let's just see. So there he is in all his leech gloriness with his little tentacles. Obviously these are quite rubber. I'm sure I could move that arm if I chose to, but it looks quite kind of gruesome as he is there. And then the final bad guy we have is Skin Man. So he's a very kind of voodoo-y, bio, skinny, pale man, or skin man as it says. Obviously, like all of them, arms and legs articulation, and the head. Head is quite stiff, so I'm not going to push it. Let's see how he sits. So he sits quite fine on there. Obviously very simplistic paint colours. They didn't really need a lot for the early 90s. Still got enough across. Maybe if it had a wash on it or something, might have looked even better. So he does come with his one weapon, which is an axe. So we'll put that in his gangly fingers there. And then his creature is the bat, so we have the helmet. So this comes in, so obviously, as you can tell, obviously, I keep saying that word, apologies, but it can come very flimsy in these kind of jelly type made masks, and you'll see that there is a little bit of damage there, but to be honest, I don't mind it. And the ear there a little bit, but I mean, again, it's not something you come across. So let's put his mask on him like that. And then let's see if there he is in all his glory. So again, like they're the main kind of characters. You have a few good guy characters to get, and a few versions of Swamp Thing, and then obviously Dr. Arcane. I need to get the rest of him. But all in all, a quite good series to collect. I really enjoy them. Not something you come across. I say 12 figures, I think it is altogether, and a few vehicles. I'm not interested in the vehicles, but definitely one I'm glad of picking up. So that has been my collection of Swamp Thing figures. I've been Cypher Sigma Toys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one.